I'm Marie.
And I'm Katie.
And this month, we're going to take a little break and revamp the Difficult Women podcast. Katie, what the hell does revamp mean?
Well, the definition of revamp is an act of improving the form, structure, or appearance of something.
Well, that's perfect because that's what we're going to do this month. We're going to build a new website.
Make merch.
And book some incredible guests for the future.
And this week, you can help us out by rating and reviewing the pod and sending us messages about what topics you'd be interested in hearing about.
Go ahead, shoot us an email at difficultwomenpodcast@gmail.com.
We'll be back next month with new episodes, but for now, enjoy this oldie but a goodie.
Take it away, us. Difficult
women.
Welcome.
Thank you.
To your house. Welcome to your own home.
Thank you so much for being here in my house, Katie. My name is Marie.
I'm Katie. This is Difficult Women
That's
podcast.
right. We're very difficult.
We are difficult.
So difficult. I love it.
So difficult to hang out with us.
It's the worst.
God,
really, truly.
You
we
really
have
should
opinions.
Stay away. Yep.
We I like a ice cube in my wine.
Oh, it's crazy.
So difficult. God forbid you have room temperature wine.
Oh, get it out of here.
Still drink it.
We're also in the band Reformed Whores.
Yeah, check it out.
It's
a pretty good band.
Yeah,
I think
it's okay.
it's pretty good.
It's
in
the
my
best.
opinion. Best band ever.
It's so fun. It's so fun when people ask what do you do for a living?
Oh, it's really hard to.
It's hard to explain these days. Got a podcast called Difficult Women. I got a band called Reformed Whores.
Sorry, not
and
sorry.
I edit a podcast called Women in Wealth. It's just all women.
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 We love women.
I love it.
We love women.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what we're going to talk about today.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to talk about this.
But first, before we talk about what we're not going to talk about, or whatever I just meant to say, I have some news.
You do?
Yeah.
What?
I'm going to be in a musical.
Yay!
Yay!
That's right.
I'm excited.
Oh my God.
A little production. We haven't started rehearsal, so I have no idea if it's going to be good or not. But I think it'll be fun.
But you had the audition. That was like, they made you audition.
They made me dance. I made a huge mistake. And like, I had my audition. They were like, can you come back to dance? And I was like, yes, of course. But then it was like 3 hours between the audition and then the dance call, which is normal, I guess. But I just was like, oh, I forgot about that.
That's normal?
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
like circle back in 3 hours so you can
because they had to
dance?
finish the rest of their auditions.
Oh, I see.
Because I had an appointment. And so I hadn't gone to a dance call in so long. I hadn't thought much about it. And I ended up having an enormous lunch with friends.
Oh, wow.
We ate so much. And I was like, it'll be fine. And then we start the dance call and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Like, this is like the worst idea I've ever. And of course, I'm trying to be like, everything's fine. I still did pretty good, but I was like, wow.
Well, you did good enough to get the part.
I got the part. I'm excited.
Oh my
We're
God.
doing You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I'm playing Sally Brown. I'm going to let everybody know about it once I have more of the details. So if you're in the New York area, you should come see me.
I'll be there.
Marie will be there.
You can come with
it'll
me.
Be a fun little
That's
production.
exciting.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Anyway.
You love musicals.
I love musicals. I haven't done one in like 5 years or something crazy.
Yeah.
And I haven't been auditioning for them at all. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about doing this because it's been a while. But I'm glad to try again.
But that's why you moved
That's
to
why
New York,
I came to
right?
New York was to do musicals. So it's sort of fun. It'll be a fun thing. I'm just glad to be doing something.
That's awesome.
Anyway, I'll give you guys the deets when I figure them out. And then also if if it's not a good show, I might not tell you to come. We'll see. But I think it'll be fun.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Yeah. That's cool. That's a great show too.
It's
and you've done it before,
haven't you?
I did
do it before.
Yeah.
And I already kind of know what I'm doing. But we're doing there's a whole other vision for it, which is really exciting. I'm really excited about it.
You're going to meet new people. You're going to work with a new director.
Yeah,
I don't know how this stuff works.
For sure. Yep,
awesome.
That's exactly right. I have to perform a little bit in a different oeuvre.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Like in a different style. We've been doing the band.
Oh, yes.
But now I get to do something a little different.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that's my news. How are you doing?
Good. I mean, when this podcast comes out, I don't know where I'll be in the world. I'll be traveling. I'm going to be traveling a lot this month.
Yeah.
Still sad about Japan, but traveling to Florida.
Traveling.
Florida is exactly the same.
Florida is the Japan of the United States.
Yeah. It's foreign.
It kind of like sticks out a little bit.
Yeah.
Sort of probably the closest state in our union that that looks like Japan.
Yeah, the shape.
I'll
Yep.
give you that.
Uh-huh.
Might be able to get some okay sushi there. We had some really bad sushi in Florida once, I think.
Oh, really?
In Tampa, I remember. It was like a sushi place. It was
we
very-
did? Me and you?
I love Tampa, but their sushi leaves something to be desired.
Oh,
Remember, it was
wow.
like covered in mayonnaise.
Oh, right.
It was not my kind of sushi.
Yeah. No,
I like
the
mayonnaise too,
fresh.
but not altogether.
Man, the saddest thing about Japan being canceled was the amount of hours I spent researching food.
You're going to go, though. It's not like you're not going to go.
Totally. I have 65 restaurants saved on my phone. I'm going to hit them all next year, 2021.
Yes.
It's going to be great. But speaking of Florida, it is the penis of America.
Yeah.
And we just so happen to be talking penis.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that game.
I love that game as a child because I am broken.
You're also very loud, so you always could win.
Yes, I have a hearing problem. That's why I edit podcasts.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
No, I loved playing that game at the mall. It was very embarrassing, and I loved that. But yeah, we thought we've talked about vaginas and the vulvas
and a lot of women stuff. We thought we gotta do something for the men.
Yeah, this one's for the men, you guys.
And honestly, it's really for the women too, because I was learning stuff I did not know.
Oh, really?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
About the penis?
Well, about men's sexuality.
Oh, I have no clue.
Did not know. Yes, well, I mean,
it's a mystery still.
It's a weird thing to research. I don't know if you had this problem. I had a little bit of a problem in that, like, I was really trying to just look at it from a male perspective, not worrying so much about women within that equation, because it's a little, well, because, and of course if you're a gay man, then women don't fit into that equation at all, right? So it doesn't matter, but there's a lot of articles now comparing men and women as opposed to just like talking about men's sexuality. I had a hard time finding the same kinds of articles I can find about women.
Oh, interesting.
I personally, and part of that I think is because we've talked about men's sexuality so much in the past. It's been so ingrained in our society that there's a lot that just sort of seems like a given. But I also found that there's stuff that are, like these ideas that we've had about men's sexuality that are not necessarily true.
See, as the intellect in the group,
yes.
I feel you might have found something different than me. I personally found that erections you're born ready. The penis is born ready to erect. And sometimes a baby during birth, when the woman is pushing and whatever, the babies will have an erection inside the womb, and the ultrasound will show, and the baby can't come out like that because
it's so big that it's stopping its ability to come out of the womb.
No, it's not what's keeping. Hey, I'm not a doctor. I'm just reading this on medicalnewstoday.com.
What does it say exactly?
But it is common for babies to exit the womb. Oh, you can exit. Wait, it is common for babies to exit the womb with an erection. Even before the moment of birth, ultrasound scans sometimes show a fetus with fully formed erection.
Right. You were trying to tell us that they weren't allowed to come out.
I thought that the erection got caught.
It's not that big. It's too small in a baby. Come on.
So I didn't know babies could get erections, and so when I was in high school, I babysat this family all the time, and this little baby used to get erections all the time when I changed his diaper. And I was so freaked out by it because I was like 15 years old changing a baby's diaper and he's getting an erection. So I told the parents, I was like,
your baby has the hots for me.
Yeah.
No, that's not what you said.
That's so stupid. But I didn't know like if that was normal. And they were like, oh yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's normal. That's good to know.
Yeah. Anyway, so what did you find?
I love that you just started the conversation with baby erections. I don't know where is that what's been on your mind?
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Well, when I think penises, I think babies. Gross. Okay, no, this is not what the conversation is going to be today.
Okay, yeah.
But I did find that fascinating. I find erections fascinating because there's two different types. Like one is just like an accidental blood flow type thing
that's not sexually arousal,
or you see like a kid and
I'm going back to kids. We don't know what we're talking about.
Nope, no idea. See, this is we're women, and I read some articles.
We're trying to figure it out.
But no, there are two different types. In high school, when a young boy, they get an erection, and they're like, "Oh no, I can't make my erection go away."
Right. Okay.
And then the other erection of like ready to
stimulative.
Yeah.
Well, I heard a thing too about like there's two. I didn't really read very carefully because I was like, this is boring. But I sort of glazed over something it said something about how there's two parts of your brain. It's like the whole gray
Right.
matter part, or the amygdala or something that can set it off. An erection is what I'm referring to. And that they were talking about how men can come in their sleep or just by thinking about stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. We've talked about this. Number one, I definitely have come in my sleep before. Like, definitely.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute to figure out if it was actually happening. And then I like woke up mid orgasm once and I was like, holy shit, this is really happening. And my first thought was, am I touching myself? Like, oh my God, like how embarrassing if like I wake, you know what I mean? If you're like,
wake up like
if we're sharing a bed or something on tour, I'm like, oh my God, what if I don't want to be like touching myself in bed?
Yeah, please,
It's so
let's not
creepy.
do that.
No, I don't want to do that. No, I wasn't at all. Every time it happens, I'm not touching myself at all. It's like a mental thing. And then one time I had a whole day ahead of me, didn't have anything to do. And I had heard about how women can have orgasms just by thinking about them. And I like listened to this recording I found on YouTube, and they like walked you through it, sort of like almost a meditation. And I did it. I couldn't believe
Oh, right. You had an orgasm without touching
without
yourself.
touching myself, just thinking through like in a meditative state. So women can do it too, by the way. Just want to mention, everyone thinks that, oh, men, they have wet dreams. Women have them too. You just don't see the evidence as much. And I'm a proof of that.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, I know I was trying not to make this be a thing about comparing women to men, but it's just going to happen because I'm a woman. And that's
So women can have wet dreams too.
yeah, but
that's
for
what
real.
you're saying.
Yeah. And also mental orgasms.
Oh.
Because I've done it. So I know for sure it's possible. It's not just theoretical. But anyway, men have that. men have erections and shoot things out.
Men can also have an erection after they die. Like,
Oh no,
Yep.
is that real?
Sorry,
Oh,
I went
no.
there. Babies
Jesus
and dead
Christ,
people.
what is happening?
No, but it's like the
Oh.
blood flow, and
No, I
so
don't
sometimes
like
after a
that.
person passes, they'll get an erection. Could you
Oh,
imagine?
Nope.
Gary,
nope.
no.
Oh no.
And then, boop.
nope. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I don't like that at all.
Anyway, what else did you find?
Thanks,
because I
great,
got
Marie.
more things
Jesus
about
Christ.
babies. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
please no more baby dick references. We don't need any more. Or dead dick references. No more of that.
Tell
I
me
had
more.
some more like
Intellectual things.
intellectual. I don't know if
Okay.
it's not that intellectual, but compared to baby dicks, it is. I don't know. Jesus Christ. I found some stuff that was about like, because I was interested in less about the physical penis per se, and more about male sexuality and like what are myths about it and what's true about it. Because we when you think about like dudes and sexuality, we have like a very, especially heterosexual dudes, but even gay men, there's like the stereotype that gay men have like way more sex than heterosexual men, and like is that true, is it not true, what's the deal, are they more whatever. So I was kind of like delving into some of those topics, and mostly I think a lot of things that we think about male sexuality is pretty accurate, but there was a couple of things that stood out to me that people were sort of debunking. One was there's that myth that men think of sex every 7 seconds. Well, they did a study, and they found in this particular study, they interviewed a lot of younger people, and they found that men report that they have thoughts of sex 19 times a day on average, but women in the study reported that they on average have about 10 thoughts a day about sex. So it's like double, right? So men have double the thoughts. So it's still like more than women, but still we never talk about how women have it 10 times a day, I know, I think about it.
I'm thinking about it right now. Baby
Always,
dicks.
yeah.
Just kidding.
God,
I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I'm going to edit that out. I'm going to edit it out.
Get arrested.
No, I'm kidding.
But women, they were saying that men maybe have it, what is the deal? Why do men have twice as many thoughts about sex than women do, even if it's not every 7 seconds? But they also found in this study that men think about food and sleep way more than women do too.
That's not true.
Well, maybe not more than you do. But generally,
Right.
they found so that there might just also be the way that their brains work is just more toward those kinds of basic human needs, and women think about them too, obviously, but maybe just are also thinking about other things.
The environment, or
just like
how to
whatever.
save the world.
And it's also, they said that it's possible that in these reports that men are just more comfortable thinking and talking about having sex, whereas women are like told not to. So it might even be that women think about it more than they're reporting. So it's hard. Those kinds of things are really hard, and to be sure about, and that those kinds of silly things about like men think about it every 7 seconds. It just sort of perpetuates this like weird notion that men are sex machines and women are
Right.
like anti-sex for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting.
That is fascinating.
There was another one I thought was interesting, which I was like, was that there's this stereotype that men are more into non-monogamy and women are more into monogamy. And people make the argument it's because like women have to raise the baby and men can spread their seed. But someone else I just read made an argument saying that that's actually not true at all, that women they're actually better suited for non-monogamy because women can have multiple orgasms within one sitting.
Oh.
And men can't. So if you think about it in like a
sharing partners,
is that like a woman can lay there and then have sex with multiple men at any given moment, whereas a man has to like stop after he comes for at least a little while, more than a woman. So that it's sort of, that's also just a socially built-in concept that women always want to be monogamous. The other side of it is that they also say that like men actually do tend to want to pair up more than people admit. And maybe even more than women do at the end of the day, aside from like the family baby part. Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
That is fascinating. Yeah. I would like multiple orgasms, done there, but also by several different men in one sitting.
I mean,
laying. I don't know.
You can watch videos
so
about
hot.
it.
I do. I love a little gangbang.
That's my jam. But anyway, yeah, that was the thing I saw.
Huh. Well, I kind of dove into male body hair. I was reading on apedgentleman.com, which is an actual website.
It's Apes Gentleman?
It says that men now spend twice as long on hair removal than women and also spend more money on it, with over half removing leg hair, chest, and back hair, and nearly as many grooming their eyebrows on a weekly basis.
Yeah. Well, I definitely want to do a whole episode on body hair.
Yes.
Because there's like definitely a lot to like
delve
into in there.
But that's specifically to, I guess, the penis then.
Right.
Do you like manscaping? Do you like the balls buzzed or waxed or
I think
full on bush?
I don't have a strong preference, to be honest with you. I think a little trimming can be nice. If it's like a little unwieldy, I can totally see why men are weird with women. I mean, it's like a lot. Sometimes you're like, it's a lot to deal with down there. But honestly, I'm not that particular about it. I was with somebody once who like really just shaved everything off, and that was not my favorite because of like there was so much stubble and stuff.
I was just about to say that.
But if that's his preference,
right?
That's another thing. Actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, fuck all those guys that have such a preference about a woman's body. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Because I honestly don't. I think whatever they feel comfortable with, and as long as they're like well cleaned and stuff, then I really don't care. And I can make it all work, but no. But I really don't. I think whatever people are comfortable with. I think maybe if I'm gonna have a preference, it would be like a little bit of like trimming, just to keep it like under like some control. But
I'm always like, you cut your hair for me. That's so nice. It's I mean,
or maybe they did it for themselves. I mean, this one guy in particular, he definitely didn't do it for me. I think he did it for himself, which is good. You do it for yourself. Don't do it for me. That's how I feel. No, you're like I want it to be for me.
I want it for me. Yeah. No, I feel like I don't know. The men I've been with, it's like, it's ready for you. Ta-da!
That's good.
I'm like, thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. But the stubble on the chest, that bothers me sometimes because it hurts.
Yeah. Well, stubble in your groin area too is weird.
Yeah, that hurts.
I had some sort of problems with that. But so that's not my preference. But look, if that's what you want to do, guy, that's okay. You do what you feel like is comfortable for you.
Yeah. But my biggest question is, how on earth do men shave their balls?
I don't know. I don't even want to think about that.
I'm like, if a man, seriously, men, I feel like don't get enough credit for this.
For ball shaving?
For ball shaving.
I don't.
Congratulations.
How much hair is on a ball?
That's a very good question.
Because I feel like even the hairiest ball I've encountered hasn't been that hairy. I mean, it's like there's some hairs on it, but it's not like
not like a tennis ball.
Or it's like not like a small animal fur. It's like
right.
It's like that seems to be a pretty hair-free zone generally. But maybe I'm missing. Maybe all these people are plucking their balls. Plucking your balls. Painful.
Wow.
But it seems less dangerous than shaving your balls.
No, but I mean,
I know that you look. And if you have really, really, really hairy balls, okay, I don't care. I really don't care.
But it just made me mad because my ex-boyfriend would never clean the apartment, and he'd always be.
I thought you were going to say like clean his balls. I was like, oh no, get out of the house.
Well, I'll wait for it. So he would always be like, I don't see the dust. That was always, you see it better than me. And I'm like, you can fucking shave your balls.
Right.
Then you can fucking dust the apartment.
Right.
You can see those tiny little micro hairs to like get in there. Then you can,
Right.
So anyway, that's a weird comparison, but I think I had the point. I think I've made it. And
now I'm feeling very like I need to Google hairy balls.
I'll do it for you.
Like
Continue, and I'll show you a picture of
I'm
how
just feeling
hairy
like
balls
very,
are.
very uneducated about. I think maybe more men have been shaving their balls than I was aware of.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why this comes up.
It's like a fruit. What is that?
I guess that there's a plant called hairy balls.
Oh God,
That's lovely.
Why? How about a hairy vulva? Is there a plant called that? God forbid. Anyway, sorry, I keep bringing this.
Oh wow, you can order hairy balls on Amazon.com because it is a plant. Anyway, continue, and I'll find some more.
So one thing I did find, and I have very mixed feelings about this article, but it was in The Guardian. It's called "Why Are We Afraid of Male Sexuality?" And it really runs a very fine line for me about like kind of still like woman shaming, because they're talking about how like we're spending so much time worrying about women's sexuality that we're like overlooking men's sexuality. And like my biggest point to that is because we have not paid any attention to female sexuality for eons and everything's been about male sexuality. So now you're fucking mad about it? Like, relax. So that was a little annoying to me. But I do want to take the parts of it that I think are important, which is that there is a fear. Mm-hmm. And I think this, again, is a very slippery slope, and we will balance this line. But there is a fear that as we're teaching women about their sexuality and that men can be very aggressive, that it's teaching boys that their sexuality is something to be feared and that it's something very aggressive. So I do think if that's the if that is the message that's being sent to young boys right now, we do have to be very careful about that, because I think that the main point is that we need to get to a place where both partners are listening to each other. Mm-hmm. So women aren't so afraid, but they also don't have to be so afraid, right? Mm-hmm. Because at this moment so far, there's been good reason why women have been afraid. Mm-hmm. But I do think that like, and we've talked about this before, sort of like seeing things from a male perspective a little bit to make sure that we're allowing men to have their full sexuality too, and not feel like they can't express themselves sexually the way they want within a consensual environment. That is the main thing. We have to make sure that we're taking care of everybody in that situation. Mm-hmm. But with that caveat that it's obviously a consensual thing, that like men should be able to feel free to explore themselves. One of the examples that they use, which I think is also, there's two ways of looking at it, but they were saying that that women are like allowed to be attracted to like heavyset men, and they're like allowed to be attracted to burly men. They're allowed to be attracted to skinny men, and they're allowed to be. And this person was making the argument that men are shamed if they like overweight women, and they're shamed if they like a certain like thing about a woman that's not like, maybe if they're into really small boobs, like that's a shameful thing for them. I would make the argument that it's also another way to like objectify women, right? That like that the reason why it's not okay for a man to like a heavier woman is because heavy women are not allowed to exist, But if you flip it and say like, allowing men to have their preferences, it does affect them too. It affects them too when we're saying like, oh, ew, a fat woman? Like, that's horrible. And a man's like, but that's what I prefer. Like, he then feels shamed for that.
Right.
So it's like, I don't love the way they posed it in the article, but I do think that that's a good point, that fat shaming a woman also then affects men in the sense that like if a man's super into that, then like why can't he be into that? And that there's things like that they feel like they're being. I think that these problems are very marginal compared to like a lot of like rape and things.
Right. Oh, that's.
But I do think it's worth like noting and worth like being aware of. And I thought that sort of stood out to me.
Well, yeah, it's one thing too. I mean, my gay guy friends, we always are talking about like what kind of men they're into, and it really does get like they have like very specific types and labels. Like there's bears, true. And then there's twinks and I but I don't know, there's no, from what I've understand, and I'm a heterosexual woman, but there's like no shame in picking a type or whatever. But for gay men, But I wonder
why that is. I mean, I don't know if that's partly because women are so classified in weird ways by society that like,
right.
and that you're not allowed to, I don't know. That was another thing that I found interesting was that one thing that is different about men and women in their sexual interests is they seem to be finding, and this is something that we all kind of know already, but that women tend to be more turned on by relationship and men tend to be turned on more by physical attributes, but those physical attributes are very different from man to man. So one man might be super turned on by a really hairy butthole, you know what I mean? So that's what he's Googling, and good for him, and he should feel like good about that. And they did a study where they had heterosexual men, they had homosexual men, and then they had, I think, heterosexual women, and maybe they had homosexual women too, I don't know for sure, but they did this sort of they showed all of the groups a video of 2 men having sex and of 2 women having sex. I think that was what it was. And maybe even a heterosexual couple, maybe that was also in there. But they found that the men were very specifically drawn to what they preferred. So the heterosexual men did not want to watch the homosexual sex, and the homosexual men did not want to watch the heterosexual sex. Whereas the women didn't care if it was homosexual or heterosexual. They were more intrigued by the relationship between the people. So if the people were like connected, that was what was attractive to them, not what was actually who was on the page there. But I thought that was really interesting. But also it's like, if that's your preference and that's what turns you on, like that's good to know. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make you homophobic if you're heterosexual, if you don't want to see 2 men having sex, and it doesn't make you anti-heterosexual if you don't want to see heterosexual sex if you're a man, and it doesn't make you gay if you're a woman to want to see 2 women doing stuff.
Yeah, I love watching lesbian porn.
Yeah, but it doesn't, like, it's weird how that, I think sometimes it's confusing for people because then they're like, am I gay if I like this? And as a woman, you're like, no. And also I will say, if you're a man and you're heterosexual and you like to watch homosexual sex, I don't know, that might not mean anything either, because I'm not an expert on these things. But anyway, that's my story about that.
Did you know that ejaculation, men, they have very little control over it when they ejaculate? Did you know that?
Actually, I really wanted to talk about this.
Oh, really? About ejaculation?
About ejaculation.
Ooh.
So, what were you going to say about that they have no control over it?
Well, that it's not connected to the brain. It's actually connected to
a physical thing. Right?
Yeah, the spinal ejaculation generator, which I don't know.
Sounds like a fake thing, but okay.
MedicalNewsToday.com says it. And this region in the spinal cord coordinates the necessary functions.
Okay, so I believe it.
The spinal ejaculation generator. That sounds like something that goes out when the tornado comes.
yeah, so you're right. I believe it, but I also have some information to blow your mind.
Okay.
So it turns out that a man does not have to ejaculate for him to orgasm. That those 2 things are separate. And that there's a way to stop your ejaculation.
How?
I will tell you. I have all the instructions
I've heard
right
of
in
this.
front of me.
And yes.
So
you have all the instructions.
I have all the instructions right here. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I'm going to try this.
I mean, you have to get their consent first. You can't just try it. You have to let them know what you're doing, because this would be
keep that cum in there.
This would definitely be very upsetting if it happened to somebody and they didn't know it was happening.
Yes,
this would be very traumatizing.
Okay, that's a good,
consent,
disclaimer.
Consent.
Yes.
So, there is this technique where you can prevent the ejaculate from coming out while you're orgasming, and it's a technique that's been used in some Eastern cultures for a really long time. It's definitely not something that Western cultures are, because
it's a form of birth control, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I would rely on it as a form of birth control. I would be careful about that.
Up.
Yeah,
okay.
They didn't mention anything about birth control
in
this at all, so I would be careful about that. But one thing they did say is that it's the ejaculation that makes a man sleepy after sex. It's not the orgasm. So it's a way that people have used in other cultures and stuff to maintain your energy.
Wow.
Yeah. And it can also because you don't ejaculate, you can come and you can orgasm a lot.
Oh.
You can have multiple orgasms as a man because you're not shooting your load. So here we go. Ready? This is very interesting.
Can I guess? You pinch.
You want to? Okay. Please don't just guess. I want to know what you think happens. Where do you pinch? What do you think you pinch?
Between the shaft and the balls?
You're not wrong.
I've heard of this before.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And I think I've tried it jokingly.
You really got to be careful with that though, because that's really mean to somebody.
I mean, okay. I know lots of sexual positions,
this is definitely
pinching a penis is bad.
You can do it in a couple for sure, but you can also do it on yourself if you're a man. Obviously, as you're a lady, you're not going to be able to do it. So I'm going to give you the instructions. I hope this doesn't get us kicked off the air. Not that we have like any. I think we can say what we want on this thing. Okay, and it's just technical stuff. Here we go. Lie on your back and begin to stroke your penis.
Okay.
There's this thing called the $1 million point on the man's body.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the point is on the perineum, which is your taint, right? Mm-hmm. It's between your testicles and your anus. So not the penis and the testicles, but the testicles and the anus, your taint.
Uh-huh.
Taint your testicles, taint your anus, right?
Uh-huh.
And the way to find the point is to stand with your legs apart and push on the perineum towards your head firmly. So you're standing.
You're pushing the taint?
You push up on your taint, yeah. Then you move your finger across from side to side until you feel what feels like an electrical cord. And this is the tube that carries the sperm for the ejaculation. And you may have to find your finger. You may have to find it. You may have to move your fingers backwards towards your anus. Don't freak out, boys. This is worth exploring on your body. This is the thing too. I think that like we talked about women exploring.
Uh-huh.
If I was a man and I heard this, I would try it like tomorrow. Like I'd be like, ready.
Definitely.
So I really want guys to try this out and then send us an email and let us know how it goes. Now he says, don't go too far forwards or don't go too far now or forwards.
So your fingers on your taint. You're finding the electrical cord.
You're trying to find the electrical cord. You're pushing on the electrical cord. It says if you have a partner trying to help you with this, make sure that their nails are short and not like scratching you. So be careful about that. And using the pad of your thumb.
Okay.
And so you lie on your back and begin to stroke your penis. Feel for the point, but don't push hard. And as you get closer to orgasm, you'll feel the tube get harder and the muscles around it pulsate and contract. Carry on stroking yourself and push firmly on the point towards your head. I don't know if that means the head of your penis or your actual head, but you can practice.
Probably head of penis, right?
Yeah, I don't really
Towards
know.
your head.
You know, you'll have to try different things out. And you're not pushing super hard, so you're not going to hurt yourself. You'll have a full-blown orgasm, but you won't ejaculate. Keep your fingers on the point until contractions subside. It may be a very intense feeling. After that, you'll find that the head of your penis may be too sensitive to touch. But once that has passed, you can do the whole thing again and again. And then wait a while till you wipe the smile off your face. That's what they said. I shouldn't have read that part.
Wow.
But it's good.
Wow.
It says it's a good idea to have an ejaculation within 3 or 4 days to prevent fluid buildup in your prostate. So like if I were doing this, if I was a man trying this out, I would try it out and see if I could actually like orgasm without the ejaculate. And I'd be like, holy shit, this is crazy. And then I might try it again. And then I would do it and I would ejaculate. Because I do think that they do say you should get your ejaculate out. And that's one of the, so
yeah,
this is more of just like a fun, but it's not supposed to hurt anything to hold it in like for a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Dude, can I call a friend?
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend. I want to call Jeremy, my best friend, so bad and
Has
be
he
like,
done this?
have you done? Yeah, I don't know. I would like to ask
text
him.
him right now and see.
Okay. I'm so curious.
And you can use the point during penetration. So either when you're pushing the point to prevent the ejaculation. So you can do it as a couple. And that can be obviously a heterosexual couple or a homosexual couple.
Hi.
Jeremy, you're live on air on Difficult Women podcast.
Oh.
Say hi to the fans.
Hi. Oh, hi.
We have a question for you, and you after you answer, you can tell me. I can edit this out. But have you ever tried the technique of you hold in your ejaculation
when you orgasm?
When you orgasm.
What? No.
Oh, he didn't know. Oh, we were hopeful.
Wait, there's a technique that you pinch your, I don't know.
Perineum. You pinch your perineum while you're coming, and then it holds in the ejaculate, and then you don't get sleepy after you come. And then you can come and come and come.
Yeah.
And then you have to let it out eventually.
Anyway, I'll send you the link. Will you do research for us?
Let us know.
Yeah, sure. I'm on it.
Okay, cool. I'll call you later.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that didn't go anywhere.
I'm sorry. I had to phone a penis. This was
friend.
fascinating.
Yeah. Anyway, isn't that crazy? But I think that's one of those things too where like, I think especially in Western culture, there's so many men that might be listening to them being like, I'm not going to touch near my asshole. And it's like, do it.
Right.
Touch near your asshole. You don't even have to stick anything in there if you don't want. But like to explore your body a little bit more and be more comfortable with like things that are maybe not traditionally
See, I had a boyfriend
acceptable.
once that, like, that area where, like, the electric cord that you're saying, he liked me to press that when he did orgasm, and it made the cum more.
Well, probably there was
it's
something related there
to-
where, and maybe it was like, you know, if the timing had been different or if you'd pushed a little harder or whatever. I mean, but that would
Maybe
have
it
been a
would
thing
hold
maybe
it
he
in.
could play around with. And maybe that person since has discovered that he can like hold it in more.
Wow.
And that's a thing that if we don't know about and some guys like into that, it might freak you out. But like if we all know that that's a thing and if some people
Right.
might have a preference for that, like that could be a really cool thing for everybody to experience.
I'm about to go to Atlanta to see my boyfriend.
You have to ask him first.
I'm
Marie.
gonna-
You have to ask him first.
No, I will. But we have a lot to do this trip because I'm going to work on the rock and roll method that we
Right.
learned from
That's exciting.
fucking Gwyneth Paltrow. And
From fucking her?
From fucking Gwyneth Paltrow. No. And then now this. So I have a lot to report back.
Yeah, let me know.
I will. I definitely will.
I'm not particularly in a position to be shoving my finger into people's perineums. But
Third date? Too
that's
soon?
probably a little too soon.
Too soon?
Yeah.
I love it. You can break your penis.
Oh God, I have heard. Wait, some famous NBA star broke their penis. like,
Really?
twice or three times.
See, there's a common denominator there. That penis is getting
He's
caught
just
in places.
jumping. Well, he's just like
too fast.
shoving it in too hard.
Does he break it during sex, not during the game, right?
Oh no, definitely during sex.
Oh, okay.
And it was
He's not
something- I
running
think-
around playing basketball with an erection.
No, I should look this up. I remember hearing about it, and it was like I think it was a very vigorous sexual experience, and then the lady like fell on it wrong, and then it broke. I'm gonna find out who that was.
It pops. Well, from medicalnewstoday.com, it most commonly occurs during vigorous sex,
Right.
although it has been documented to happen to men who fell out of bed with an erection.
Oh, guys, be careful.
Be careful,
We need
especially
those
on,
sticks.
if you're on a bunk bed.
Dennis Rodman broke his penis 3 times.
Come on, dude. That's a lot.
Sucks. That sucks a lot. I think maybe it's one of those things too. Maybe you break it once and then like it's more
so
susceptible
sensitive.
to breaking or something.
Man,
Please don't break your penis. That sounds terrible.
that does sound,
don't
but
even
that's why you have to just, both partners need to just
gentle.
be, gentle. Listen to your partner. Communicate.
Both parties. Maybe that lady jumped a little too hard on it. I don't know what happened. Maybe he jumped into her too much and nobody likes that.
Oh man, that
Break
reminds
your
me
dick.
of that time I got headbutted in bed.
Oh, right. Jeez, I forgot about that.
And then also, a man's erection can point in virtually any direction. Straight ahead, left, right, up, down. There's
you
no
mean-
wrong way.
Right. But it's not that one individual man's erection tends to point in the same direction, right?
I didn't know that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm asking.
This is just saying that because this is a study of penises, peni. It's the plural of that. Also, the name of my Saturn car when I was in high school was my car's name was Peni because I love penis. Anyway, drunk now. But no, this is just saying that a man's erection can point, but I don't know specifically for.
Because when I hear that, what I wonder is, and a man will have to write in and tell us. I've never, with my partners, their penis has always tended to go in the same direction every time.
Should I call Jeremy again?
On that person.
Jeremy, what time? Where does your penis?
Where does your penis go? But then I've also seen penises that go to a side, but it
Right.
will always go to that
Yeah,
side. So I
that's
don't know
true.
if it means that like you can move it around or if it's just that penises tend to move and go in different directions. I watched this thing the other night where there was a lot of dicks, just like a line of dicks.
Ooh.
It was definitely on Pornhub. It wasn't just like
Oh, it's like girls. You're watching girls again.
It was just like a row of dicks, and I was fascinated. It wasn't even about this. I'm telling you, sometimes I watch Pornhub just to like research things. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like a sexy thing to me, but I was just looking at all the different dicks. I kept rewinding to like look at all the different dicks, and it's crazy. Like there's so many different shapes, so many different. Some were like really bending a lot. Some were bending different like angles, and they were all on this
Well,
video.
so I think that is important to talk about
Yes.
because we celebrated the fact that because of that television show, we got to see different types of vulvas up close and personal. But also dicks are different sizes. I mean, everyone's always like I want a big dick, but on average, according to medicalnewstoday.com, is that women actually don't want a long dick. They'd much rather have a short, thick dick.
Well, I will say I've experienced
I'm not a doctor.
I've experienced
can just
a
read
dick
this.
or two that was very, very big.
Right.
Very, 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 very big. And the fear that comes over one when you are in the presence of a penis that large is it's a little overwhelming. So if you have a very, very, very large penis, it doesn't mean that you can't overcome that. I'm sure there's some, and also vaginas come in different sizes, so there's different fits and stuff.
Right.
But for me, I was like, oh no, and I had some interesting encounters with that. So it's certainly not, if you're out there with like a more average size penis, don't think that we're looking for the biggest cock we can find.
No.
We're really, really, really not. But if you have a very, very, very large penis and you're having trouble with the lady, there's lots of ways you can work around that too.
Right.
But you have to be understanding that it's terrifying for a woman to see a dick that's just like a Coke can or more. It's like, it's two hands. That's not my ideal.
I mean, I like watching that on Pornhub.
Sure, but to have
maybe
it,
not.
To be experiencing that, you're like, wow, this.
Yeah,
is
I really have to
not-
work on that.
It's like reverse birth. It's like a whole thing you don't want to do.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Well, an average penis size, according to medicalnewstoday.com, is 5.1 inches when erect. So,
Okay.
You always hear, I mean, my ex-boyfriend used to make me freaking get out the ruler and measure his dick to see how big. And honestly, it was different sizes
All the time.
all the time.
I measured somebody's once and it was big. And I didn't feel bad about that.
Well, his was small. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah.
No, but also like this is like such a stereotype or such a common silly phrase, but it's so true. It is not the size of the boat, it is the motion in the ocean, and it's like what you do with it. Because I think you can have like the perfect penis, quote unquote, and if you don't know how to use it, it don't matter. It don't matter. And I always thought like if I was a man and I had like a micro penis, I would probably be like so good in bed.
Yeah.
Because you'd be having to figure out other ways to like use yourself, and like that's another thing that I really want to promote with this podcast too, is that sex doesn't always mean penetration and then everybody orgasming.
No,
or whatever, you know what I mean?
no.
Sex can mean so many different things, and there's so many ways to go about having sex. And like penetration is definitely one of the things, and that's a great part of it.
Right.
But it's not the only part.
No.
At all.
No, there's
And-
so many other
yeah.
things. Yes.
And that's like a weird thing with like lesbian sex too. People always say like, oh, it's not really sex if there's not penetration. And it's like, that's not true.
That's not true.
It's not true at all.
Yeah. That's why watching lesbian sex is so hot, because there's so many different things you can do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But back to men.
Back to men.
Trying to stick to
No, I love penis. I really do love it. And I think, there's some beautiful penises out there that I have been lucky enough to see and worship.
And there's been some less attractive penises that have done amazing jobs.
Yes, good job.
So don't worry about what all penises are beautiful penises.
Yes, as
But you
long
have
as
to
it's not
clean it.
broken too many times.
Well, and take care, protect
Dennis
your penis.
Rodman, why are you breaking your dick
He's
so
just
much?
jumping around
My
too
friend.
hard. Maybe he's gotta relax a little.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me see if I can leave you with one other fascinating fact about...
God, please let it not be about something illegal. Like necrophilia.
Okay, I'm just going to read this.
Oh, God. I'm scared.
This is from Glamour magazine, which we've been in a couple times.
Yeah, we love Glamour.
So people wrote in for this article, specifically just lots of questions about men's bodies. And then Glamour magazine would answer these questions. So the last question I'm going to read from this website. Can you explain that helicopter move when a naked man swings his privates in circles? So somebody wrote that question in to Glamour magazine.
A weird question.
Yeah. I mean, I used to love that in high school.
I know exactly
or not
what
even
you're
high school.
referring to.
I didn't really see that many penises in high school, but college we used to get drunk
Get
and
that helicopter.
people would, swing their dicks around. So this is what Glamour magazine wrote back, which is a very popular women's magazine, I would say. The male peacock uses its beautiful feathers to attract the female peahen. A male frigid bird, I don't know what that word is, inflates its throat sac into a giant red heart-shaped balloon. Oh, we know that bird. Okay. And then flaps its wings to get chicks to check him out. Male porcupine stands on his hind legs and sprays his stuff with the cannon blast of urine. Ooh, that's
Sexy.
Human women also have all sorts of socially acceptable ways of flaunting their assets, and men need an outlet too. So don't be too concerned about a little harmless penis whirling here and there. Who knows, maybe one of those days or nights he'll actually become airborne and hover around the room for a few minutes. Now, come on, wouldn't that be cool? I mean...
It's a joke. I mean,
it's a joke.
Clearly a joke.
It's clearly a
You
joke.
seem very upset by that.
But I mean, it's why take the time to even answer that dumb question, and
It's
why
so
take the time to read it on?
I don't know. It's an excellent question. I don't know.
Anyway, the fact that men can helicopter dicks, we applaud you.
Oh, it's great.
It's great.
Good for you. Be
I love
careful
it.
with it. Again, don't like break it or something weird. Remember Puppetry of the Penis? Wasn't that a show?
Yes.
It was like a whole show where these
Yes.
men would totally be naked and they would make puppets.
Yeah, it'd be like a hamburger and then like a fox.
I never saw it, but I knew someone that saw it, and I was like, "Tell me." And he's like, "It's exactly what you think it is. It's not sexual at all. They just smush their dicks around and balls around to make it look like stuff for like 2 hours or something." I guess it went.
It's cool.
Good.
It's their own silly
I'd
personal
like to
silly
see
buddy.
it.
Yeah.
Neat.
This episode was neat.
So neat.
So neat.
I don't know. I definitely learned a little bit about some things, and I learned things I didn't want to know too. Thanks, Marie.
You're welcome. Babies.
Oh God.
Anyway.
Well, if you want to try out some fun things in the bedroom, we know where to send you.
That's right. Check it out.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom is even better.
Select almost any one item for 50% off, and then Adam and Eve loads on the free stuff.
Enter offer code HORIO at checkout and get 10 tantalizing free gifts.
A sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy.
And 6 free spicy movies.
Ooh. Plus, free shipping.
That's HORIO, WHOREO, HORIO at adamandeve.com.
And also, folks, we have the promo code written in the description now of our podcast. So wherever you're listening to the podcast, go ahead and look in the description, and it's all written for you. You can click on the website and enter the code, and you can thank us later.
HORIO.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're just overcome by a need to buy a sex toy, just go right to our website. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. No problem.
Amazing.
All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah. Send us your, tell us if we're way off base on something. We don't really know what we're talking about here.
Try pinching, doing the thing.
Yeah, touch the thing, push the thing.
Hold it in.
Consensually. Don't make sure everybody knows what's going on. That would be so scary for a poor man that didn't know he could have an orgasm without coming. That would be
He'd be
really
like,
bad.
what happened?
He'd be like, I'm broken.
Where is my magic cream?
Yeah, gross.
Ew, okay.
So be careful, but also enjoy yourselves, and men, explore your bodies too. It's really, you definitely should.
Yeah, you
Just be
deserve
careful.
it.
Don't stick anything where it shouldn't go, though.
Okay.
Be
All
careful. Just watch out. All right. Bye.
Bye.
When we were young, we learned 2 things. Girls had beans and boys ding-a-lings. Yes, Freud is right about penis envy. I wish you could take yours off and lend it to me, cause if I had a willy for just a day, I'd be standing up and spray all over the place. Put it in a sock and jerk off, slap it hard across her face.
Don't get me wrong, I'm proud to be a woman. Just sometimes I wonder what it's like to have a dong. Does it hurt to ride a bike? Does it hurt to wear a thong? And you play it like a flute while singing along.
If I had a willy for just a day, I'd whip it out riding on the subway. Measure its length and compare it to his. If we cross swords, I'd shoot him with my jizz. Whoa, Katie, are you shooting your jizz all over our guitar player right there?